Let's do the jerk. Well, whatever we do every day. Yeah. We are Laugh is good in this neighborhood. LASC goes this way. Yeah, must be the music. That's right. There's music in my head, and that's a great thing. Why? When you, one accident can change your life. I just want to say that to you. One little thing can change your life. And things are life changers. Okay, I need a little air in here, as a matter of fact. That's a life-changing moment right now. I'm trying to be indirect and be polite, but I know I need some circulation up in here. Oh, my God. I know. That was discreet, right? All right, you're wondering who's my dentist. Dr. Roth from New York City. Smiles change lives. Yes, they do. One tooth at a time, Dr. Roth. Yeah, we got to talk about that bing that I got when American Express hit me up with another charge. That's the tooth, the whole tooth and nothing but the tooth. Ironically, I am going to be working on a dental podcast and a dermatology podcast. We do a lot of things here at the LA School of Comedy. If this is your first time tuning in, when I started, I could see. I had two hands, and I had a beautiful smile. Now it was a gleam smile. Now it's more like a dream smile, like a nightmare, you know? It's like Weekend at Freddy's. Wow! Oh, my God. But it's okay. I'm comfortable, and that's sad. I smile at people. Guys pull up next to me because I got green eyes. They're like, damn. I'll be like, yeah. And they're like, ah! Yeah, that's happened. Oh, my God. I did that when I was pregnant to so many people. Pulling up next to me, taking me out for cocktails. You got to be old for that. Now, okay. All right. Andy Griffin, they don't even know who that is. We're so old. Oh, Eddie Griffin, oh my God, we really do have to give it up and keep comedy, and the comedy love, the love of comedy, it goes both ways. And I would like to say something before we get this show started. Yes, it's a wonderful place to be here. Yes, we have a live stream. And yes, many of you will be contacted by people because I tell you, when you come up here, promote yourself. Jacob has a show. That's why he's going up early tonight. Promote yourself. You know? But no, not yet till I finish telling him this. So if you get a phone call from somebody that says, I've been a friend of Sunda's for over 20 years, and I know her work so well. I love her. I adore her. And I would like to work with you. If I didn't call you and tell you that, I just want to tell you that anything that happens is on y'all. That's all I'm saying. When you jump the gun and you fall in love and then something goes wrong and then I get that phone call. So before you fall in love, you know, just figure out who you're falling in love with, because not everybody who says they're my friend is my friend. And luckily, the last person I know, but don't come to me and say, you know what, I didn't get, you know, I paid this person. What's wrong with you people? Who pays people? Who pays people money because they say they're going to get you a spot? I get you a friggin' spot. I get you an audience. I got people complaining about me. All right, Billy thinks he's doing the right thing. Let me get some feedback from these normal people. How do you feel about you? He thinks he's doing something business normal. The whole town blows up. They're like, did you see that email? That's understand. I said unsubscribe. I said unsubscribe. Good. Now you're not a part of it. And if you want to be seen, you want to be heard, it's a lesson to you. All those people that said that shit to me and Billy, they're not here right now being seen, and me praying for you guys not to get screwed over. Make sure you know your resources, where they're coming from. That's all I want to say, because I got to tell you something. I got a phone call. I remember Samantha said to me, she goes, Sunday, you're not going to believe this. I'm on stage with you one time. She goes, and I got a part in a movie. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Okay. Is it a true story?
Oh, you should see my outfit, though. Okay.
Is it a true story?
It's a true story.
With a legitimate writer involved and someone barking for somebody else using a legitimate name that's attached to a friend of mine, a real friend, like somebody I know, like Tim Allen, somebody that I don't need that to get back to, okay? And when she told me, I said, that person's living in their car, which is not a bad thing if you have a Lincoln Continental. That's why you pimp it. So that's what I wanted to give my little message to you all tonight about this, about people calling me tomorrow. Oh, you're not going to believe what I got from that. Because I said, well, that's great, because it would be nice if they called me. I would have made sure you guys, you know. And remember, when you do make your money, always kick back something. Don't forget the hand that feeds you. And give back the love to this team. I want to thank you, Aaron McIntyre, the director of the Film Actors Cafe, for being here and showing up. He's not going to be here next week. I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose another tooth. And, you know, of course, your comedy concierge, Samantha Linderman. Without her, there would be no Sweetness. And without Sweetness, there would be no Jennifer Flores, okay? I've changed her to Jennifer Flowers somehow, but we love this because she's directing our social media department now, and that's great. And when you people need your social media done and you're calling me for those beautiful cartoons that I can't do, it's really Billy Ramirez. Give him a round of applause. And Hunter White is our in-house photographer, just so that you guys know. And listen, you guys that I work with, that we signed off on paperwork, you know who you are. When something comes around, I'll call you, believe me. And if those people want you, they would call me. So do what you will, have a great time. Better still, do a bit about it. Tell me how good it was when you paid for that spot. Remember that time you paid for that spot? $250 you paid for that spot. And you didn't get to go up, and they said, you gotta do this act again. You're stupid. No, I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. They told me about this one comedy teacher. They said, you don't get on. He's so good. He's so strict. If you aren't good, he doesn't let you on until you're good. Sometimes 2 and 3 times. And I said, I'm doing something wrong. I should just tell all of you you're not funny. And then make you come back and tell you you're not funny again. Like an improv troupe. What is that all about? What are you talking about? I can't be in your... Oh, my God, are you new? I'm so sorry, I can't see. I thought you was... I've seen you before. I have, but don't tell anybody. All right, so that was between me, you, and a dog named Boo. All right. Now that I've given you that song and dance, and you guys are looking at me like another typical Swedish and redneck Jewish night it's going to be. Right? It's like kosher soul night for real. And it's also Simchas. No, it's not Simchas Torah, it's Sukkot. Yeah. Which everybody's like, what does it mean? Like, is that nasty? And I'm like, oh, it's not pronounced that way. But now that you said it. Now that we said it, let's bring it on. Let's bring on some comedy. You ready for some comedy to get going? You ready? Because I really want it to be hot up in here, caliente up in here. And I want to bring up in here someone who's made a difference here at the LA School of Comedy. We are so happy to have him in our family. I don't care what he says. I'm always going to love Billy Ramirez.
Sí, muchas gracias. Un placer estar aquí con ustedes esta noche en Funky Friday in la escuela de... Well, anyways, I like to open up in Spanish because it's fun, because I look like I might not be able to do it. So it's fun feeling like an undercover Latino, you know. It's especially now, it's very convenient being an undercover Latino because far more likely to be mistaken for ICE than to be taken by ICE. So I don't know if you can tell by the anything, but I am 100%, well, Mexican-American, so I guess 50-50, whatever. But I am Latino, first generation, and, you know, ¿qué pasa, familia? Órale, hijo de la... I've never been able to do that whistle. If I could do that whistle everywhere I'd go, it would sound like an aviary. Fine, a bird store. But anyways, well, now that you know that que yo hablo español and all that, I have a piece of Spanish trivia for you about the band Maroon 5. So check this out. It's going to blow your mind. So, did you know that the band Maroon 5 has a different name in Latin American countries? Yeah, did you know that? Yeah. Is that... Yeah. Yeah. He was supposed to go first, right? Do you want to trade? No. All right. Anyways. Yeah. We got time, yeah. So, in Latin American countries, the band Maroon 5 is known as Cinco Putos. And that's true because I saw it on Wikipedia when I put it there. Anyways, what's that? Another band joke? Sure, how about this one? You know my favorite thing about the band Mumford & Sons is that we know exactly who to blame. Anyways, yeah, so... my whole life I've struggled with like anxiety and confidence issues, and I figured out recently why that is. Not through therapy, through comedy. And I'm pretty sure I've struggled with anxiety and confidence issues my entire life because I grew up under the rule of La Chancla. I don't know if everyone knows what La Chancla is, but if you don't, La Chancla, for some mothers, it's a piece of footwear like a sandal and/or a disciplinary device. And my mom was lethal with it. She could deploy it short range and smack me upside the face before I even knew it. Like she was trying to win one of those new power slap competitions or chancla slap, power chancla. And then, but more frightening than that, she could deploy it long range. So if I was in my room playing Super Mario Kart, and she thought I was screwing around, from around the corner would come a chancla and just smack me upside the head. And then it would return to her. I never figured out how she managed to boomerang a chancla. As far as I know, she never went to Australia or even met an Australian. But somehow she managed to turn herself into Chancla Dundee, you know? Like, you call that a chancla? This is a chancla. Anyways, so I'm not only Mexican-American, I'm also a silly goose. So check this out, okay? So I mentioned Super Nintendos. Did anyone here play those Mario games on Nintendo?
Yeah.
You know, when you stomp on a Koopa, right, and it becomes a shell, and then you just tap the shell, and it goes shooting across the floor. You know why that is? Turtle wax. Thank you very much. Anyways, that's good. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I could have used more chanclazos. I don't know what it's. Maybe that would have set me straight. A few more chanclazos, but actually, no, that's not true. Actually, no, that's not true. I think I maybe got too many chanclazos growing up. Like, for example, like whenever I'm just hanging out in my Nada house, or just lying in bed completely alone, or reviewing my portfolio, which is nothing more than an old trapper keeper full of coupons. Like, I wonder, like, what heights could I have reached if I had taken fewer chanclazos growing up? Yeah, like. It's maybe I could have been, fewer chanclazos, fewer chancla smacks, which, by the way, part of a delicious, nutritious Latino breakfast. You can find chancla smacks in the cereal aisle next to Special K, Pasta Cabron, and Honey Nut Pendejos. Anyways, yeah. Like maybe I could have been a VP of marketing somewhere, at a Fortune 500 company. That was kind of clever, right? I could have had an important job in one of those KY 401s or whatever it's called, but instead, I've got like 4 different side hustles going on right now, and one of which is doing moving work. Hey, Mark. One of which is doing moving work, which is nice because it brings in money, and also I don't feel Mexican enough sometimes, so it's it's nice to do some manual labor. And also with ice running around, I could easily pick up a shift at Home Depot. But I don't know. I don't think anyone wants to hear a grown man complain about his parents, but I am pretty confident that my mom smacked me past potential lawyer, potential doctor, potential scientist, and all the way over to liberal arts degree. So I went to college, I graduated, but by the time I got to college, I was so anxiety-riddled and exhausted that I ended up taking the most fallback default degree there is. Anyone care to guess what that is? Communications, that's right, yeah. A degree so disrespected that The Simpsons made fun of it while I was studying for my communication degree, and I ignored the warning. Actually, just the mere fact that I'm a 40-something man trying to do comedy means that I've ignored all the warnings. So, anyways. Anyways, but in this episode called Faith Off, the kicker for Springfield University injures his leg in the big rivalry game, and in the locker room, Dr. Julius Hibbert tries to comfort him, and he tells him, "Oh, I'm afraid your playing days are over, my friend. At least you can fall back on your degree in communications." Oh, dear Lord, no. And 25 years later, that joke is finally funny to me because, it said that comedy is tragedy plus time. And, well, enough time has passed, and the tragedy is a communication degree. But here in L.A., a city that's just designed to just shatter your ego and break you down, every now and then I do get to feel confident. And that's whenever I walk into a taqueria, a Mexican restaurant, and I overhear someone order something like a chicken quesadilla, chicken fajitas, chimichangas, or something like that. By the way, it's a tragedy that the actor Eric Estrada and the singer Celia Cruz never teamed up for anything. They could have had a variety show called Chips and Salsa. That one's on the house, thank you very much. But yeah, whenever I'm at a taqueria, not a taqueria, a taqueria, and I overhear someone order something in that funky way, and then it's my turn to order, I just cannot resist going completely overboard and basically start auditioning for a telenovela that nobody's shooting. Just all of a sudden, I get all, my posture gets better, and, I just get all confident. ¿Qué tal, preciosa? And it doesn't matter. It could be a dude. I don't care. He's going to be a preciosa, belleza, princesa, whatever. Mi reina. En este momento yo deseo 3 tacos de carne asada, 2 churros y una Fanta. Gracias. Por favor, muy amable, buen provecho. Que Dios te bendiga. Then when I'm feeling extra confident, I'll throw in some bonus words like, Agujeta, crepúsculo, ferrocarril. And all that means is shoelace, twilight, railroad, which is just dumb, you know. But, and also, just overall, I have this face and demeanor, so sometimes I'll order in fluent español, and then in return I'll get a, okay, so you want hijo de tu. Fine, Jose. I'll also have some of that green whack-a-mole, whatever that is. Like, I know what it is. But actually, it doesn't really matter where or when I hablo español, because whenever I do, I could just go completely overboard and basically turn into one of those Latino reporters you see on the news. I don't know if anyone still watches the local news. No, yeah, but if you do, pay attention to any reporter whose last name ends in EZ. And there's a very good chance that reporter is going to take any and every opportunity to celebrate the rich cultural tapestry of the Spanish language. And that's how I hablo español, like a Latino reporter wrapping up a segment. Something like, police don't have any further information on the suspect, reporting live from Rancho Santa Margarita. This is Gustavo Gutierrez, el mero más chingón, tú sabes, güey, for ABC 7 News. Back to you, Nancy. Thank you. That's my time. I've been Billy Ramirez. You can find me at billyramirez.com and on TikTok and Instagram at Middle Aged Muchacho. Please welcome back to the stage our comic queen, Sunda Kronquist.
Oh, she gets to the stage. I'm middle-aged muchacho. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. And just hi to Brooklyn. He's not from Brooklyn, but we can make believe if the part is right. But right now, someone's got a show, so if you're watching, it's time to go. I'll let him tell you all about it. And you ready? You want to go?
No.
Just cross.
She just wants to grab your phone so she can hold it for you.
Oh, thank you.
Jen!
Jennifer.
Go for Jen.
Not one man ever thinks of that here. Did you know that? They all make, like, they can't get the door. Do you know I pull up to my building and I watch people sit there and look at me? They just look at me. They don't open the door. But I just wanted to be sure that we're having fun because we're getting, oh, my God. Now that you don't have it there, I know. Okay, above. Let's have comedy fun with Jacob. Come on, let's do this. Come on.
Thank you. Give it up for the middle-aged muchacho, Billy Ramirez. Give it up for Sunda. Give it up for yourselves. Come on, energy, hey! I gotta say, I'm learning a lot already. Billy taught me, do not learn to communicate. It will not pay off. Sunda taught me that you should not buy anything anyone is trying to sell you. It's a ripoff. Don't buy things people want to sell you. Pay attention. Eyes open.
Hello.
Lock in. I hate to Irish goodbye here, but it's not an Irish goodbye because I just announced that I'm leaving early. And this technicality grinds my gears so much that I was at a little happy hour situation. My job's kind of like Office Space. I live for the happy hours. That's where all the action happens. And one guy thinks he's slick and he says, hey, I'm going to Irish goodbye here and get out of here. This did not sit well with me. I shut down 3 conversations and make a scene and say, Adam, you always do this. You say the wrong thing. You can't Irish goodbye if you announce it. I mean, then you're just an idiot saying nonsense. But I'm going to Irish goodbye. I'm going to pull it off with the announcement. But I'm a little bummed because I'm not going to see America's sweetheart, Mark Zaffarin, perform. He doesn't know we're friends yet, but I think of him as my friend, Mark Zaffarin. Mark, oh, thank you, Mark. Maybe we'll see what we think after this. Oh, great. When I get a job, perfect. That great incentive package there. We'll go negotiate the ketubah. That'll be great. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah, Mark. I feel like Mark is a great friend because he says the thing that you probably are afraid to say. Like, I feel like if Mark was at a charity dinner, I feel like he'd complain about the fine dining. I was just thinking about this earlier. Like, it's, maybe it's like a rare disease like ALS, you know what I mean? And he's a good guy. He's a successful guy, clearly, and a lawyer, etc. And he's given money to ALS out of the goodness of his heart. But, he gets his steak and he says, hey, waiter, come over here. I ordered this steak rare, and you gave it to me medium rare. I mean, this is completely unacceptable. I mean, this is, and the waiter says, oh my gosh, sir, I'm sorry. And Mark's really not done. He doesn't feel like the apology was sufficient. So he says, look, buddy, I gave to a rare disease. If you want to have me give to medium rare diseases, I mean, so be it. So be it. That's why Mark's a very good friend of mine. He tells people what they don't want to hear. He'll say the thing to make them uncomfortable. But enough about my friend Mark, my good friend Mark, America's sweetheart. Let's do some jokes, shall we? Let's do some jokes, and then I will not Irish goodbye my way out of here. Do we all know what RBF is? Do we know what RBF is? Could we say it for me? RBF? What does it stand for? That too, but that's it. I was trying to do, Patty, you're a national treasure. Give it up for Patty. Give it up for Patty. Patty for comedy. But RBF, I was trying to do the let's play a game where we make the audience say the B word, but I'll go there. Resting bitch face. Resting bitch face. We're all familiar. Okay, resting bitch face. And I don't really have RBF. I more have resting confused face. It's like I'm thinking a shower thought, like, geez, how does Nick Cage play himself in every movie? That's a good deal. How do I pull that off? What a lucky guy. Probably resting confused face, but there's also resting voices, Do we know resting racist voice? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like a voice that sounds so racist, there's no way that person could say anything progressive. Right, it's kind of got a growl to it. It's got a, Patty has resting racist voice? Oh, gee, he's just Irish, okay? He's just Irish. I'm very offended here. What are you, British? I don't want to, I don't want any troubles here. But the resting racist voice, where were we? There's a growl to it. You know what I mean? There's a growl, and it sounds like they have a smoker's voice, and, they have a very liberal use of the word frig. In no other context is anyone saying the word frig. I mean, and there's no way you could say the word frig and be progressive. Right? No one's saying, it just doesn't add up. No one's saying, oh, we got to have more friggin' people watching the friggin' WNBA. Those women work too damn hard to not get the viewership. Right? Or, every friggin' month needs to be Black History Month. They're getting the shortest month, February. We need to triple it at least. But my high school baseball coach had the resting racist voice, and it would have been okay if it was resting racist and he was, short to the point. I would have been fine to that. And most baseball coaches are. They sit you down after a loss and they say, hey, we tried hard. We fought the good fight. See you at practice tomorrow, and we'll get them next time. And that's it. And then you go home and, what do you do when you get home, Sunda?
Honestly, I run away.
You run away. Run away from your problems. You just go home and run away from your problems. But, the resting racist voice would just go on. He'd say, let me friggin' tell you, we didn't swing the bat enough. That's why we lost. We struck out too much with the bat on our shoulder. And let me friggin' tell you, men, in life, you gotta friggin' take chances. There's always a friggin' moral to this story that nobody was really invested in. You know what I'm talking about? You're just like, okay, come on, man. Like, let's move it along. But he says, look, I friggin' took a chance when I met my wife. Everyone perks up. Everyone perks up. He's a resting racist voice, but he's a romantic. Okay, this is a combination. And he goes, when I friggin' met my wife, I just got off duty. San Francisco was the homicide capital of the world. I was a friggin' cop. And I'd just been knifed at, and the knife misfired. The knife friggin' misfired. I'm like, okay, I'll suspend disbelief. But I go to a friggin' Burger King, and let me friggin' tell you, I wanted a Whopper, but the friggin' cashier had terrific manners, friggin' terrific manners. So I say, hey, could I get a friggin' Whopper? And I'd like to friggin' take you on a date sometime. She says, oh, no, I'm sorry. I have a boyfriend, but here's your Whopper. And he goes, oh, frig. But gentlemen, I went back to that same Burger King 6 months later after I was knifed at and the knife friggin' misfired again, and I thought, this is my friggin' moment. I go up to her and I say, hey, you still got that friggin' boyfriend? And she looked at me dead in the face and said, no, I friggin' don't. We friggin' broke up. Let's go out. And it was friggin' happy ever after, yeah. That wasn't me slurring my speech. That was more him. That was me as him. If anyone has an agent, But okay. The question I had though is, what if the cashier was, he's got the resting racist voice. What if she didn't have good manners, and what if she messed up his order? Right? She gave the wrong Whopper. You know, you could mess up an order at Burger King. People make mistakes. And what if she was black? You know, I sort of just assumed a resting racist voice would have a white wife. Does that add up for you? Are we with me? Yeah. Oh, that's kind of racist that you're clapping at that. Not to be taken. Billy, you know, we'll work on it. We'll go to a workshop. But he says, he removes all doubt, and he says, and let me friggin' tell you, if anyone tries to tell me I'm a friggin' racist, I can't be friggin' racist. I got a friggin' black wife.
Oh, God.
And he made those eyes. I don't know, if you love your wife, that's great. You know, she's black, white, you know, purple. You just love your wife. You don't need to announce, you know, whatever. But the beautiful part of it is he kept us there for 3 hours, and we became the most anti-racist high school baseball team in the history of the country. We were reading Ibram X. Kendi, Toni Morrison, James Baldwin, and we all lived in peace and harmony. And that was a great day. That was a great day for America. I'm going to wrap up with this. My last name is McGregor. And it sounds like a church-going last name, but I am what you call a sneaky Jew. Give it up for the Jews, the sneaky Jews. The big Jew. You didn't know it was coming. I'm a big Jew. And I think the Gentile folk get a little uncomfortable when you say Jew, 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 Jew. They want you to add the ish. But for me, I'm going to be a Jew my whole life. I don't intend to change. It's going to kill a lot of time if I have to add the ish. I just want to be Jew. But Jew. I think the only way you mess up Jew is if you use it as a verb. Message for the Gentile folk. Don't say Jew as a verb. There's no way you mean it in a nice way. I mean, it's no way, Shlomo is such a nice man, and he's humble, and he works hard, and he just Jewed me out of that promotion, and he deserved it. Give it up for Shlomo. It's always, Shlomo is that Jew who did the nose thing with my Jew boss, and he Jewed me out of the promotion. It's never nice. Never nice. Don't use it as a verb. I know I'm almost at time. I'm going to wrap up. I was with a lovely woman of Los Angeles, and it was going great. We were in the bedroom, ... I was incredible. As per usual, confidence is key, gentlemen. Confidence is key. But after she sort of showed her true colors, you know, she said, "Oh, what do you got going on this week?" And I said, "Hey, I actually got this comedy show, promo code Jacob for $5 off." And she says, "Are you seriously trying to Jew me into coming to your comedy show?" And I said, "Listen, lady, on behalf of all Jews everywhere, that is incredibly offensive. I'm trying to Jewish you into coming in my comedy show." All right? And that's the deal. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Give it up for Sunda, your comedy queen. Give it up for LA School of Comedy. And goodbye. Have a lovely night. Find me at JMACHAHA, JMACHAHA. I'm out of here.
And where are you tonight?
I am at Tao Comedy Studio.
Okay, which okay, so he's gone. Listen, tonight, yo, Jason, listen to me. Let's frig, and get right to this fucking beautiful bit. Okay. It was great. Come on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Go. Knock him dead. Go on, knock him dead. I call him Jason. When I get mad at people, I call them Jason. And it's not even because of Jason. It's because my brother, who's not with us anymore, but I still yell at him constantly because he's not here. Again, he's not here. Can I just tell you what I go through? I'm trying to help somebody. I'm like, when I'm gone, I can't help you. So either you take out a policy or not. You know what I mean? Because you're my family. She says, "I don't exactly know what you're talking about. You have to explain it to me. LOL. I wrote, maybe you should Google it. Let's use her name and say Jane Fonda. No, seriously, I put BA, MA. Like, you have a bachelor's, you have a master's. Like, why don't you Google it, right? Don't tell me to Google it. You know, somebody went in my phone today when I asked them not to, went into Google to look for something, and now everybody's trying to sell me a used presser for T-shirts. What are you laughing at? I got one for you. I got one for you, buddy. So listen, if you guys are here for the first time, I should have announced that. When that light comes on, you have a 2-minute wrap-up. And Jason had a request to get early, and I feel really bad that I did that. Jacob, I know. Oh God, I want them to promote this show where they're going. Men are just so crazy. They're just so crazy. Men are just so crazy. So I love it, and I wanted to say that it's been a long time since we've seen the long of it, but you haven't seen the short of it. So let's give it up for Lee Shorts.
I got stuck here. All right, thank you. I'm glad to be here again. It's great atmosphere. It's always great to see Sunday again and everybody else. If I missed anybody, I'll just miss myself. So that's okay. I'm missing myself right now. But I didn't tell you this. I think I did tell you this. I met another Sunda. Did I tell you that? She's 10 years old. She's special needs. But you're just special. So. I was shocked. It was just that name I wasn't ready to hear, of all the names, But I had to. I don't know. It was hard to figure out what she was. Yeah. So I couldn't figure. I never could figure out. If I didn't know who you were, what you were, where you're from, I'd have to say. If I didn't know anything, I would just say you're from Brooklyn. I would say that. I think that would be the vibe. Brooklyn. That's about it. And Puerto Rican for some reason. I don't know. Puerto Rican Asian, actually. Puerto Rican Asian, actually. With the slight sprinkle of I don't know, Holland or Amsterdam area. I think maybe Hollish. Combination of Jewish Hollish to challah. Have some challah. I forgot my challah for tonight. I left it. I know. I'll go get it. But I'm trying to get more in touch with my Jewishness. But I did, and then I let it go. So I didn't want to hold on to it. That's okay. But Asian, I was thinking, I got to piggyback a little bit on the chunkla. Chunkla. I just want to say it right. Chunkla. But every time I just want to say, if an Asian mom would be a nunchukla, right? And that would be if you didn't eat your ramen, right? She'd get you.
That's very smart.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stay away from Asian jokes. I don't have any Asian jokes, so that was the only one. That was it. I can't think of any Asian jokes. And yeah, there's Asian Jews plenty. Right? Jasians.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. But I still Jasians. There's many, little known. I did my DNA. I did that, and I realized my family tree. I found a lot about it. Mostly people fell out of my tree, removed from my tree, and jumped out of my tree or their people are out of their tree half the time. It's an awful tree, actually. Imagine dogs pee on my tree. It's terrible. Terrible family, really. I remember first dog I had. Okay, he ran away. My mom reassured me. Basically, it wasn't me. He ran away to find a better family. One that cared, really. Not my family. Yeah. So that's okay. All right. My mom was always there to comfort me and honest. Tell me the truth, the exact truth. When my parents got divorced, she said, it wasn't my fault. She's worried it was my fault. That I think it was my fault, actually. And she said, she reassured me it wasn't my fault. It was really a combination of you and your brother's fault, actually. So that made me feel a little bit better, I guess. And I tried to stop her all the time from locking him in the closet, but it was hard to. But one time she put me down in the basement for a change, brought me up, and I said, why'd you put me in there? And she said, well, the closet was full. Your brother was in there. It's okay. That was fair. And, my parents make fun of me. They did. They were trying to toughen up me, get me ready for I get bullied in school, because of the list, the stutter, the dyslexia, all that, all the boxes really. So, but my dad said, it's wrong to make fun of you. It's not fair. I need to start making fun of you and your brother. And I said, that's fair. That's, direct. Oh, jeez. Time to take my medication. All right. God. So it was interesting growing up, actually. And it was tough, I guess, but I made it through. Now I deal with my girlfriend, and that's tough in itself, and I get through that every day. But she says a lot of times that, in a very nice way, she says, I was really happy before I met you when I lived alone by myself. But she says it in a very nice way, And a lot of times she says things in anger, and she means much of them, all of them actually. So, but, I understood that, and I said, "What's the difference? What's the difference?" And she said, "Well, you weren't there when I lived by myself." And that made sense to me. It all comes clear to me now. My girlfriend hits me in the head, not chunkless, but other things, spoons, sharp objects, but I dodge it most of the time, and that's okay. And I said, you almost hit me, and she said, okay, I'll try again. All right. She said, just stay still. Yeah. We kind of have a relationship like, how the classic kind of, you complete each other's sentences. We trade insults. Pretty much. That's give and take, trading insults. Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't even have any imaginary friends. I know I was a lonely kid, So, but they're not easy to make. I just didn't see any, really. And honestly, truthfully, if you see anything that's not real, you're delusional. You are delusional. And so, I wasn't. So I had that going for me. I wasn't mentally ill as a child. Just terribly, desperate for love. I looked everywhere and couldn't find any. And then I found it in a shoe. No, I'm kidding. I don't know where that came from. But it was a really nice shoe. I got attached to it like a little teddy bear. Carried it everywhere I went, the shoe. Yeah, comfy, exactly. Yeah, I didn't have enough for a regular teddy bear, so Mom gave me a shoe. Yeah. Shoe, yeah. Those, I know we were poor, so, shoe. A used shoe, by the way. Used shoe. Size 9, actually. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. I had blocked it out for a long time, but no. But here I am again, and I finally said my first words as a child, slow to talk really, and then my mom said, "That's enough out of you, young man." Enough out of you. Yeah. So I don't know, but. I go on. And my girlfriend says I'm dumb smart. I said, I don't know what that means. And she said, exactly. And she said, you kind of come up with words that, they're good words for you, advanced words, but you don't kind of pronounce them right or use them properly in a sentence. And I said, oh, okay. And she says, you almost come up with good ideas. Almost. And I said, I did have a good idea once. And back in Boston, where I'm from, home of pretty good ideas, I guess, Boston. Most disastrous ideas, actually. But I did have a good one. I rented a car, and I got scratches on the car, and I didn't do the insurance, so I figured they'd see the scratches, so I ran it through mud, tried to cake the mud on so they wouldn't see the scratches. It was perfect until they washed it, and then that was over. But that was my good idea. Yeah. All right. But thank you all for listening. I really appreciate it.
Where do we find you?
Oh, you can find me at Lee Shorts on YouTube, but I will be doing Comedy Chateau and 2 weeks. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Lee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Thank you, and I am so happy for you. Yeah, thanks. I am so happy for you. Brother, what was your name? Is it Nicholas or JR?
Nicholas?
Nicholas, right? Yeah. I'm Sunda. Have we met before on the phone? Ever? No. No? You from New York? No. You can be, though, for the part. Hey, listen, you can be. Suddenly in this room, you become people that you've never thought about being before. But you know what? We're going to bring him to the stage, the one, the only Nicholas. You're going to come up here, right?
Hey guys,
How you doing?
I'm good. How's everybody?
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wrote absolutely no material whatsoever. So like on my way here, I was like, I'll talk about my problems or my personal issues. Like for me, it's just being a man in general. Like in today's society, if you think about it, being a man was hard when women were actually inside of kitchens. I don't mean to come off as controversial, but I grew up in like a very no. I was traumatized inside of a traditional home. I should look. I'd be inside of a room, like just watching TV or just doing something that a little kid would be doing. And out of nowhere, you'd hear, "I said this steak was overcooked. Don't talk back to me." And so hearing things like that, I was like, okay, wow. Like, you know, as a kid, that was like, damn. This is my grandpa talking to my grandma like this. Like I'm like 9 years old. I'll run downstairs and kind of say like, "Oh shit!" Like he's about to beat her ass. And so, you know, as a man, you know, seeing that anyway, I just want to say that men, we conquer things differently. We have to conquer things like fear, anxiety, differences. You know, as men, right? And so, you know, women, right? What do you guys have to conquer? What's the one thing you have to conquer? Don't say things like have a child or, you know, raise a family. What's one thing that, like, as a woman that...
Fear, anxiety.
No. Men take care of those things already for you. We take care of fear. When things are out in the jungle and there's a predator out there, we're the ones that go out there to go handle the conflict. So like as a woman, no, I'm not trying to be like controversial, but like like as a woman, like what would you say is the one thing that you have to conquer, like as a woman, like just
Misogyny. Parallel parking.
Parallel parking? That's okay. No, all right. I would go into the conversation as saying battling your emotions.
You're a woman now?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not a woman. I'm not. No. I didn't come up here and identify. I didn't mean to offend. But like, if you think like I'm just saying, through my experiences dealing with women, the scariest thing. And there's a lot of scary things out there. Like right? No. There's a lot of scary things out there. Like there's alligators. There's like, you know, there's like there's things in dark alleys. There's weapons of mass destruction. There's some scary shit out there. But I'll tell you some scary shit. I'll tell you some scary shit that has messed me up. And that is a woman who is not in control of her emotions. And that is like my synopsis of like what I've had to put up with is no, I don't want to put I didn't want to bring domestic violence into this. But like when dealing with a woman's emotions, you have to involve the elements of the earth.
It's true.
You have to involve quantum physics. For hopefully there's not a world war just off of her not being in check of her emotions. other than that, that is the parallel of, you know, what drives society crazy.
Yeah. Nice.
But other than that, like, I don't want to make it about you guys, Bill, though. You know, like, you know, the most exciting thing I saw today, and I'm being honest, like, the most exciting thing that I saw today before coming here was a dead pigeon on the sidewalk.
It's LA.
Like, like I'm walking by, I'm getting something to eat and shit. I just see by a fucking dead pigeon, you know, like it's fucking plumped up and shit, just laying there and shit. Like, you know, just.
Doesn't it make you feel like your life's not so bad?
When did you pick it up and sell it to the restaurant? Fast food roadkill, you know.
Yeah. It made me, you know, it made me it made me think, like, what happened. Like, was it like, did it die there, or was it flying in the air and fall? You know, but I think of, like, nature and stuff like that. Like, I'm a nature, like, I support nature and the earth and things, and I do a lot of research. Like, I'm big on oceanography and stuff. Like, did I say that wrong? Oceanography. Yeah, like, you know, like, I just coming in, like, I just found out, like, I did research on, like, dolphins, and, like, there'll be a swarm of male dolphins, and they will come and rape a female dolphin, like a group of 5 of them would just come in there, and, like, and they got like big ass, like, dicks too. Like, they come in there and just, like, they're like, you know, like, yeah, like, no, real shit. Like, and then, like they orchestrate this, and they say, like, that's the way that they're gonna transfer their offspring. You know, like, but it's, I have nothing else to say. Like, you know, like, no, I know, like, I have like 4 minutes left, but I just want to get off right now because, like,
2:30.
I have 2:30 left. Is there anything else you want to talk about while I'm up here? Like, is there anything on your mind? Like, you know, like, as a man, like, what's bothering you in today's society?
I don't want to like my daughter's boyfriend too much because I think I might have to kill him. And she says, "Why are you so cold?" You know, I really like him, but she said that 2 years ago. You know,
What's wrong with them? Like,
I don't get involved in that. She just says it's done, and could you just
you've never seen him, but you want to.
No, I met him up. A lot of them I like, but I want to warn them. You should go.
Oh, thank God the red light's on.
That's 2 minutes.
No, it's over.
Wow. You know, I have family issues of my own. Like, I'm technically married. My wife left me for somebody else, but we're still married. And so she's very diabolical. You know, like, she won't let me see my son, and then she'll put me on child support. And so I'm in a situation where I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, I'm like, you know, I can, you know, I'm somewhere, I have so much else going on, but, like, this alone is, like, you know, I'm not gonna say I can't stand women, but, like, but, like, at the same time, it's like, you know, we're in a system where it's like the child support system has got me messed up. You know, it's like, you need us more than we need you. That's how I feel as a man. Like, that's all I got to say about that. Good night.
Where do we find you?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram, The Exorcist, on Instagram.
Listen, we're going to fix that. We're going to fix that because it was very funny. We didn't know that the dolphins were having an orgy. Use the O word, not the R word. That way, You don't alienate, because as soon as you use the R word, you alienate, and it's so funny to think that there's a chance to do something even more with that, and they should even have names. You should have Rodrigo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just thinking out loud because people do, just say somebody called me about somebody's act for an anime, right? I see this. This is crazy, but talk about Adult Swim. Aquatic sex. How beautiful, because you can say those words on television. Well, television. You can say them without really being offensive, which you didn't ask me for my input, but I certainly want you to continue. I think it was just great for him to be here for the first time and do that. It's just so great. And now it comes for that part where you, listen, you came out here in your car to see us.
Yeah.
Well, you're, okay. You paid Samantha, right?
It's still over 2 days,
Oh, so are you watching tonight, or are you coming on tonight? You have your jacket on.
Yeah, I know.
Me-
You know what? I'll pay you anyway. I might come on.
Okay, so then we're going to bring up the next act, and you'll see, you'll figure it out. Okay, I'm going to have something click with your comedy concierge, darling. She's here, the one and only Samantha Lindemann.
Keep it going for everybody coming out here tonight. It's the Funky Friday. I mean women. Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started on this budget. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on these bitches. Let me tell you one thing. I'm kidding. Ooh, I love men. I'm addicted to men. So we're like the opposite. You hate women, I love men. We're like North Pole, you know what I mean? And that's what I love about comedy. You get so many different perspectives. I love it. It is so beautiful. I was going to talk about men tonight, and it's all positive. How crazy. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. No, I wanted to talk about how I feel like the birds and the bees conversation needs to be revamped for the next generation. Like, it's done. Like, birds and bees needs to stop. One, because some of these kids are too smart, where it's like, bees actually are, they live in the South at this time, so there's no way that bees could be in Los Angeles. And also, birds and bees, that's illegal, because my mommy told me that it has to be a boy bee and a girl bee, but if it's two boy bees, then they die. I work with kids. And there is no, like, birds in the, I mean, obviously it's not my job to give them that talk, but they do say crazy stuff. This one kid, he calls everyone mama, mama, and he's 8 years old. It's enough. I had enough today. I didn't even tell you this. I had enough. He was talking to another teacher, and it's not my business, but he kept calling this teacher mama, and I said, that's not your mom. Like, in front of everybody, I was like, that's not your mom, that's Mr. somebody, like, you know what I mean? Like, stop saying mama. Because it's jarring to hear, like, you're trying to work. I'm like, meh, 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 meh. And I'm like, you had your string cheese already? Like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Hate women, hate kids. No, I'm kidding. I love kids, and they love me. And it's a great feeling. But yeah, I'll talk about, I wrote some things down. I have to stop doing this, but I really want to try new material. I know everybody's like, thank God. So yeah, birds and the bees. There's just things that I feel like no one's prepared for. Like, not like sex, but everything around it. Like, what do you do if, like, you get there? Like people talk about, oh, Netflix and chill, which my mom didn't know what that meant. And I was going to go hang out with my cousin. She's like, are you guys going to Netflix and chill? And I was like, circle back. Like, what did you say? And she didn't believe me. I had to chat GPT it so she could believe me. She's like, you're just always pranking me. But not so much sex, but it's like, okay, like, yeah, let's say, oh, Netflix and chill. But what if, like, he puts on, like, music and it's really bad? Like, nobody prepares you for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and this obviously never happened to me, of course, but like, this guy, right? He puts on, he's like, 1 sec, which is like, okay, great. My Ubered here, so 1 sec. This could have been ready before I got here, but that's okay. No, that's fine. And he just puts on this video of it's psychedelic, trippy visuals. And I'm like, why do you need to be looking at something else? I thought I was here. I thought I was the trippy visual. Like, we need psychedelic trippy visuals and scissor radio, and you don't have YouTube Premium. So even though the YouTube's muted, we have to pause so you can skip the ad because you're distracted by the bald man in the Botox ad. And I Ubered, and there's no YouTube Premium. And I'm listening to Think About Me, I mean, I know it's that me espresso, and I'm like, oh, shoot me, bro, shoot me right now. Yeah, he ghosted me, so I don't know why I'm complaining. I know when they want you to leave, and I've tried to take the power back, where I'm like, I got a Zoom, and they're like, you gotta go. I'm like, no, I have a Zoom. I have a Zoom meeting with several executives, and they're like, it's 2 a.m. And I said, I'm on Japanese time. I'm in Tokyo. I'm in LA. You caught me on a cruise. I'm never free. I'm so freaking busy. So busy. Yeah, I forgot what somebody was talking about, asking somebody on a date. One time this guy like asked me to dance, and I was like, oh, I don't really dance. And he said, I can tell. So what happened in 0.2 seconds where you went, I want to dance with you, actually you can't dance. But that's relatable. I've been there. One time this guy was really trying to go out with me. This was my first and so far only time in Vegas. And it's like 3, 4 in the morning. Like it's like that in-between time where it's like, is it nighttime, is it daytime? And this man like spawns out of nowhere. He's like this tall, balding, 40, like popped like a troll, like just came out of nowhere. And I was like, I don't want to answer any riddles. Like, please, I don't have Lucky Charms. Like, please go away. Like, please. And he was like, Huggies? And then he tried to lay his head on my tits like a baby. And I was like, this is really like, you have to pay like at least $5,000 and be in a dark room for that kind of experience. And I know that we're in Vegas, so maybe it would be like $3,000, but still like, yo, in 2 hours, 5 a.m. it would have been $1,000, but still, no. And I was like, ooh, that's weird. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm a heterosexual man. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm a heterosexual man. And I was like, okay, baby, you up on that way. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, listen, it's okay. I never heard a man say heterosexual so many times to the point where I was like, when's he gonna say homosexual? No, like slip up and be like, I'm homosexual. I'm like, okay, that's fine, that's fine. So is my friend Eric, like, chill. But he kept trying, he was like, can I get your phone number? And I was like, I don't do phone. He's like, what does that mean? I was like, I'm really off the grid like that. Like, I'll give you my email. And then everything he said, I was avoiding it. Yeah, and then he was like, he said something so crazy. I mean, it was bad. Should I say it? I'm trying to make a joke out of it. It's so bad. But he was like, he's like, oh, well, you don't see me. And he was going to reach in his pants. He's like, you don't see me with my 10-inch dick out, but you have your tits out. And do you know what I said? What? Oh, you're about to see my 10-inch dick. This is Vegas, baby! 10 inches soft. In the cold. You know? So thank you so much. I know I needed to stop. I couldn't go any further. Let me wrap with, let me see if I have one thing to say. I know, right? Let's see really quick. There was one I really wanted to say, but no, I guess it doesn't really matter. It was about the European Wax Center. It was about the European Wax Center, and this woman's about to wax me, and she just looks at me, and she goes, you could have Irish in your blood because of the redness of your skin tone or something. And I'm like, are you a freaking, like, pussy detective? Like, are you a, like, vagina private investigator? Like, you wax somebody, like, was there a fourth cousin that actually fled to Ireland? Like, I thought, like, maybe she shouldn't be saying that. Like, what if my mom's best friend was Irish and, like, my whole life it was this joke, and then I go to the European Wax Center and I'm like, you cheated on Dad! And she's like, how'd you know? The European Wax Center! And then she told me that she sends all her unsolicited dick pics to her mom. And I'm like, maybe it's good that my mom and I have some boundaries. But hey, I love you guys so much. Please put your hands together for Cinda Kronquist. I want to say, like, it's so special having her and Mark here at the same time. It's a very special place. take advantage of it. Use your time. No, for real. Like, use the time wisely. I've been here a minute, you know, and I still need to get my ass moving. So when Cinda gives you feedback, take that shit down. It's on YouTube. You can watch it again. I've gotten so much out of this place, and this next comic I'm about to bring up has added so much to LA School of Comedy. The head of the Film Actors Cafe, he'll tell you everything about it. Put your hands together for the one and only Aaron McIntyre!
God, you people are lovely. We love you. Love you. You know, there's a couple of things talked about tonight. You know, the Jew thing, Jewish. I was thinking about who are all the other ishes. We got the Irish, right? They're just ish. You know, they're just ish. The Brit-ish. Then you got the Germans. There ain't no Germanish. There's nobody German-ish. They are full German. It's just where my family comes from. Something else. Sam, you were saying that this guy came up to you and he was really trying to take you out. He was just really trying to get in. Okay, he was not trying to go out. That's just men. You know what I'm saying?
Men.
Look at him. He's stone-faced. He's like a fucking sphinx over there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on, go! I want to find out tonight. I'm going to do something a little different. I want to find out what you want to talk about, especially Mark Zaffron. What can I talk about tonight? Please help me out.
In your act?
Yes, and please don't say Zoran Mondavi. Well, because he's old hat. He's old hat. I mean, what a communist. He's a communist, fascist Muslim who's trying to take over New York City. My pony. He wants to talk about my pony. I don't want to talk about that. Did anybody want a pony when you were a kid? Nobody. Nobody wants a fucking pony. I didn't want a fucking pony. I did not want a fucking pony, but they gave me one. They gave me a goddamn pony. My brother came back. You know, my dad was in the military. We were all over the place. My parents grew up in Bell. They grew up here in L.A. And then we were in the Air Force, and so we went all over the place. And nobody talked. They just talked normal, like this. You know, I'm very Midwestern. And not Middle Eastern. So then he comes to Colorado to go to college, and I came back 4 months later, and he's riding in the rodeo. He's going to go out and bust some Broncos. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? So he decided I needed a horse, and I told him, I said, I don't want a horse. I'm really not interested in horses. They're you know, you fall off them. I don't like to get I'm a big pussy. That's pussy, not the other word, you know, for the cat and the other furry thing, which I prefer, by the way. And yes, I am heterosexual, and I'm going to say that again. Heterosexual. I'm heterosexual. Did you know I'm heterosexual? Anyway, yeah, I'm a pussy. I just don't like pain. You know, I've never understood. I have been in 3 fights in my life, and they lasted less than 3 seconds. That was it. Only one of them I kind of won till the guy pulled a knife. And then that was the end of that fight. Yeah, because that's real pain. You know what I'm saying? That's a real pain. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about the pony. So anyway, he gets me this pony, and they went all out. I mean, these people went all out on this pony. It was $10. It was $10 for a freaking horse. It was a Shetland pony. It was about that tall. And I was 8, so I was about that tall. So it was a big fucking horse to me, you know. And then they had to break it, you know, so they take it in the backyard. My brother's he's going to break this Bronco. So he takes these sandbags and puts it on the horse, and the horse is like, and bucks it off, you know, and then they finally the horse just goes, fuck it, you know, whatever, and just keeps the thing on there. And then you got to take him through phases. So then they take me down to a creek bed. Because, yeah, we had a creek bed. We were in the West. A creek bed. You know, a creek bed. You ever... She's looking at me very confused. You don't know what a creek bed is? It's a creek, the bed. Okay, so it's the bottom of the... She's still looking at me. Yeah, like a creek. You know, a creek has water in it, and then the water dries up, and what you have is the creek bed. Like a river bed. The bottom of... Yeah, but it's a creek instead of a bed. Boy, that was how many minutes? Anyway, so they take me down there. They put me on the horse. He bucks me off. I fall on my head, which I've done a lot, by the way. I've fallen on my head many times, which probably explains a lot. And so the horse bucks me off. My brother picks me up and goes, "You can't let the horse know you're scared of it," and puts me back on the fucking horse. So the horse bucks me off again. This happened 4 or 5 times. I don't remember because I was completely concussed. You know, I had no brain power. And so now they had to keep me down there walking around on the horse until they stopped crying because they didn't want to bring me home bawling my head off. And so finally they go, "Okay, he's not crying. Wait, we're going to go show Mom and Dad what we did. We got him a horse." And so they lead me up, and there's a big ditch, and the horse just goes right out from under me. I dropped right on the concrete. So then they come up the hill, and I'm... My mom goes, "Thanks for getting that horse." That's great. She was like that, though. My mom was like that. I don't know. Maybe other people have had parents like that. You know, where you come in and you know you're a little kid, and so you know you hurt your arm. You think you broke your arm. You come in, and you go, "Mom, I broke my arm," and she'd go, "Can you move it?" And she'd move my arm around. I'm like, Jesus Christ! What if that was a compound fracture? Yeah, spit on it and rub it in the dirt. That was another one. She'd always say that, you know, you'd skin your knee and she'd go, "Spit on it and rub it in the dirt." And I don't know why she talked like that. She's from L.A., you know. Spit on it and rub it in the dirt, which does not seem sanitary to me. I don't know about you. But spit and dirt, 2 of the things. You know, a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth? Yeah, it's true. True, yeah. Yeah, so when the dog licks you, it's better than making out. You know, I mean, it's a whole lot better than making out. Safer. Anyway, I mean, unless she's a biter, you know. That could be a problem. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Anyway, yeah, so the horse, we lived out in this big open area, and of course, they didn't think ahead. They didn't think ahead, like, where are we going to put the horse once we get it? I don't know. So they took it out into a field, and they tied it to a tire. They tied a fucking horse, because it was a little Shetland pony, so it was a big tractor tire. So the horse couldn't pull the thing. So he's walking around in circles, you know, going around this tire. I hated that horse. God, he'd bite you. The Shetland ponies are notoriously mean. They're notoriously mean. He would bite me, and I just hated that horse. I mean, I didn't hate him the whole time. I did love him once. This is when I was going to school. I was on my way to school on the bus. We're driving along, it had been snowing, and I look out the window, and there's my horse laying in the ditch dead. I never loved that horse more. Poor Puzzles. Yeah, my mom, I don't know where I'm going with this, but my mom raised St. Bernards. We raised St. Bernards. Yeah, so we had like, two litters. And I'll tell you one last story about how pleasant how thoughtful my mom was. First of all, my brother says, we gotta, you know, he's younger than everybody in the class, so we gotta hold him back. So they held me back from the first grade to the second grade. And so I'm in the classroom, and the problem was they had an overcrowding problem. So they split the class down the middle, and the right-hand side was the second grade, and the left-hand side of the room was the first grade. So I'm sitting there for half a year with everybody going, "You're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid." And I kept saying, "No, my mom held me back." Really? So finally, I couldn't handle it, and I went home, and I said, "Oh, I can't do this." And so they put me into the second grade, and so then I had like 3 months where I got to say, "See, I'm not stupid. She did hold me back." And then we moved. She could have waited 3 months, 6 months, and just waited until we moved, and everything would have been okay. But. Oh, God, there was one other thing. Oh, so what they did was I had this dog that would wait for me outside our house every day when I got off the bus. This St. Bernard is sitting on the corner of our lot waiting for me. This was my best friend. And so then we move. And they can't afford to take the dog. They didn't tell me this. They didn't say anything till the day before we left. And they came in and they go, "Yeah, Samantha was too big." Her name was Samantha. Oh, my God. They said, "Samantha is too big. We can't take her over to Japan. So we got you a new puppy." And they fucking give me this fucking dog that she gave birth to. The most devastating time of my life, and that's why I'm doing stand-up comedy. But let's bring up our lovely hostess for the Moses. My comedy? Hey, yeah. We gotta put an act together, Mark. You know, I swear to God, we're gonna do a podcast together. Yeah. Well, I think that we have the answer to that. Stan was funnier. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Zaffron.
You're all going to have to excuse me listening to all this tripe today. So let's just start off with resting bitch face. Okay. Okay. Do you realize that resting bitch face comes from a bit, and it proves how stand-up comics steal? The woman who came up with standing bitch face in 2012 said it once. It was stolen by a sketch company ad and went viral. Nobody knows who she is anymore. Think about it. Anyhow, I've decided it's all a matter of confidence. Everybody talks about how Mark is successful. I never had any confidence. I realized why I never had any confidence. I mean, I knew I was brilliant, but that's not enough. All right? Here's the thing. All right? I had a serious case of body dysmorphia. I mean, I used to look in the mirror and say, "God, I'm brilliant, but God, I'm fat." So I've decided I'm not fat anymore. Nobody's going to call me fat. You're all going to recognize me as skinny. All right? Nobody's ever going to call me fatso again. You call me, that's my dead name. All right? I'm thin and skinny. My new name is Slim. My new pronouns, all right, are 32 waist. 20, see that? Anybody can be anything they want. It's all up here. All right? Everything's a construct. You know that, right? Everything. So here we are. All right? Donald Trump, to the great consternation of Aaron, the rest of his crew, Zoran, and the rest of the liberals, seems to have made peace in the Middle East. All right? Well, I'm not going to talk about that. What I am going to talk about is Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Does anybody remember Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the illegal alien that nobody wants? I finally figured out where to put him and the rest of them, too. You see, the Israelis are freeing 2,000 prisoners. They got room. Think about it. Kilmer's going to be out in the Negev desert. The only good thing is kosher food. Israeli prisons can't be that bad. The meat's good. All right, you know, no milk with meat. He's gonna go crazy. No pork. They're gonna sue. They're all gonna claim. No, we have to have pork. You see, we have to have pork. All right, but here's the other thing. That's gonna be part of the rebuilding of Gaza. The first thing Trump is putting in is a private prison. All that work for all those ex-terrorists is prison guards. They're all trained at torturing the prisoners. It's just using your assets where they are. And can imagine Kilmer in a prison run by ex-Palestinian terrorists? I don't think he'd like that. So, you know they're going to do it. So, here we go. I don't have all that much to say today. Why? Because nothing's all that funny. All right? But I was more and more convinced by Barack Obama today that we have to figure out something else to do with our ex-presidents. I mean it. I don't know whether it's going to be cryogenic suspension. All right, or we're gonna have to like embalm them alive and put them in crystal caskets like Lenin, you know. But Barry, you know, kind of disappointed me today. But then I realized that Mark Ruffalo was worse. Why can't he just go back to playing the Hulk? All right. Here's the thing with Mark Ruffalo. All right, he hates Jews. All this time he's been talking about genocide and Palestinians and everything else. He hasn't said a word. But then again, neither has anybody else that's been protesting and saying free Palestine and we want a ceasefire. They didn't mean that. All right? It's becoming impressively that they didn't mean that. All right? It's kind of like what's going on in Congress today about health care. All right? Now, I know that nobody wants to hear about politics, but we can talk about health care. All right? Remember that I can't remember his name, all right? But he's becoming a cult figure for shooting that, you know, United Healthcare person. All right. I figured you'd know. Anyhow, Luigi Mangione, all right, ruining a good name, all right? I've had that feeling that I wanted to shoot the insurance heads. I mean, we all have. But we don't act on those impulses, especially since this kid's family was in the nursing home business. He made most of his money off ripping off Medicaid. Think about that. But as we go on, we think about, you know, things like, you know, healthcare and everything else. And it's all come down to the following, all right? So Obamacare was a dismal failure, all right? It didn't work the way Barry said it would work. You Barry, well, what am I going to call him? Barack Hussein Obama III? What, a second? Because you know what he's in he's in the closet with that prayer rug. Anyhow, Barry told everybody, oh, no, you're going to be able to keep your doctor, and it's going to be cheaper. No, it wasn't. It didn't work because nobody thought it through. And even Nancy Pelosi admitted it and said, well, why are you passing this bill? And if you remember, Nancy said, well, you know, we got to pass it before so we know if it works. Well, now we know it doesn't work. That's what all this thing is about, you know. I mean, everybody's talking about Chucky is, you know, like a pregnant nun afraid of AOC. Or whatever Kennedy said today was pretty funny, all right? But at the end of the day, it's all about the fact that they failed. So I have a solution. During the period of time that we had Obamacare, Nancy Pelosi, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, they all made multi-millions of dollars on insider trading. We could pay all those subsidies by making them disgorge their profits. And by the way, they're not the only one. This crazy woman is running for governor of New Jersey. Speaking of resting bitch face. I mean, she's trouble. Looking around like, she always looking mean. But as true Californians, right, we have to worry. And I don't remember her name, all right? That woman, Porter or something, that wants to be governor, Katie Porter, she has a bad temper problem. All right? Now, remember what happened to the famous black singer who got, now the story is that she threw a thing of mashed potatoes on her husband's head because he couldn't answer his cell phone. He's lucky she wasn't black because it would have been grits. See, it proves that she can't be governor. She's not that smart. If she was that smart and she really wanted to carry it through, she would have used grits because they stick and you get, you know, think about it. We can't have somebody like that as governor, all right? It's good enough that Newsom is leaving. Well, what else you want to call him? All right. I noticed he let his hair go gray. Somehow Newsom is the only person who has found Polymorph. God knows where he dug up Polymorph, or Brill Cream, or any of the other hair things, you know, from the 60s. Next week he's going to decide he's black and he's going to use Dax with cockatoo. Now, the only person who understands that is Sunda, because she's the only black person in the audience. But Dax with cockatoo was the stuff that black men put in their hair to slick it back. It was made with some of the vilest, smelliest substances you're ever going to see. It was coal tar, or pine tar, or cockatoo, whatever the fuck it was. All right, I just got the light in my own place of business. Oh, Patty. Well, as long as I have to bring up Patty, I want to say something. Patty is clearly not Irish. It's all a fake. The reason why I know Patty's not Irish is because he doesn't do an Irish goodbye. When he tries to leave this place, he does Jewish door dance. Do you know what Jewish door dance is? The last person out the door because they have to talk to everybody and use their vapes because his wife has caught him smoking again. So he can't hide it in the car because they check it. His two daughters who actually probably don't like him. You know, that's why she's going out with the same guy for 2 weeks. And on that note, let's hear it now for Patty! Patty!
Thank you. Thank you. Keep it going. Come on. Give it up. Give it up for Nick, too, by the way. And the stylings of himself. The man, the myth, the legend that is Mark Zaffron. Give it up for Mark Zaffron. I don't know. I don't even know at all what you said just now. I was a lot going on there. I don't know if it's just me, but I just like you look the way I feel. You look like the way I feel. I was dumbfounded for a while. Here, can I say something though? You're a good man though. You're a good man. He's a good man. This guy has been all over Playboy bunnies. He told me some stories. Oh my God, shut up. Shut up, you. He was at the mansion, all that stuff, man. You never know when you look at a guy like that. You know, you look at him, you say, what does it mean that he's here? What does it mean? It means there's an empty seat in the balcony at the Muppet Show. That's what it means. But don't think about it too much. And here's the deal. Katie, there's a certain condition. We kind of touched on it earlier. There was a little battle of the sexes going on. You know, and first of all, once you have kids, and I have so many kids, but they're of varying genders. And one of them is a little bit of both. But that's cool. If you have enough of them, statistically, that's going to happen. You got to love them. And you love them anyway. So I got boys and I got girls. They're all grown, but I still say boys and I still say girls. So I've been you. I've been divorced and been through family court and felt all the way that you felt. You know what I mean? Felt just you kind of feel alone. But I have daughters, too. So I'll give you an example. Katie Porter got mad twice, and they just show it on a 24-hour loop on television over and over again. She's not, where Trump gets angry every 5 minutes, and they're like, wow, he's a real man. Look at him get fucking angry. He's a general. Put a hat on him and give him a medal. But this woman was probably premenstrual, and she's not fit. She's not fit to lead us. And I'll look, I'm just going to say the state facts, right? You know, like, there was some mention of being scared of violence, you know, women being scared of violence. And everybody should be scared of violence. We should be aware if we provoke someone that weighs 100 pounds more than us, that's not a good thing. We need to, like, both think we need to feel safe, but you don't want to take advantage. If you stick the bear too much, we know what happens. I never hit a woman. I've shook one. A little bit. Shake this a little bit. You know, but I don't. No. But here's the thing. I mean, do you know what? Do you watch 2020 or Dateline or my favorite one of all of them? Who the fuck did I marry? I love Who the Fuck Did I Marry because get a round of applause from the married people. We've all said that, right? At one point, who the fuck is this? And over and over again, it's just true. Look at the detective. Where's her husband? The most likely thing, this is true, and I'm sorry it's true. It makes, I don't want to raise my son to be men that don't do these things, and that's what men should do, because, the only cure for a toxic male?
Toxic woman.
No. That wouldn't have worked in World War II. You can nag Nazis, but they won't stop. The Nazis would not stop because you were displeased. No, the street signs would be in German in Paris if it wasn't for a little male strength being displayed. I think so my point is there's room both places, but men kill women all the time. And that's why my wife watches Dateline and NCIS and 2020 and 24 fucking hours a day. She's scared to death. Look at what women watch all the time. My wife falls asleep to murder. Over and over, and she's happy because it gets resolved. Women like it that everything gets resolved. Because in life, we don't. How many times is a woman like, where is this going? Where are we? I mean, where are we? Why are we here? What are we doing? They need answers. And life doesn't, you don't have all the answers. And I've never understood, this blows my mind. I'm just sharing facts with you. You ready for Patty to spit another fact? The woman's most likely to be killed when she's pregnant. I know, it's sick. But that gets down to the primal fucking badness of men. Like, here's the deal. Do you know 90% of the people in prison are men? Yep. Right? We want equity. I mean, if we're going to have equity one place, let's have equity in prison, too. Let's see if we can get to 50-50, see how that works. It'll never happen because men are aggressive and violent. I know. I am one. I am one. I've been one for a long time. I remember the first time I ever saw a fucking pussy. It was 1979. It was a Wednesday. It just started to rain. I was in the garage with Julie Farah, and she said, hey, come here. I want to show you something. Oh, God. Because I'm a man. And men remember things like that. And there's nothing wrong with being a man, and there's nothing wrong with being a woman. But the war must come to an end, baby. Here's the thing. I don't know who's the guy that got shot in the throat. Captain Kirk. Was that his name? Oh, Captain Kirk's a different guy. That's the Star Trek guy. Sorry. That's bad. That people should not get shot in the throat while they're talking to people. I'm anti that, whatever that is. But with the gun thing is like Charlie Kirk would have been very happy if gun owners, don't have any new regulations. That wasn't his thing. He was really into vagina regulation. He believed the owner-operators of vaginas in this country. First of all, I know guns are a God-given right, but you're not fucking born with one. The vagina comes with the whole package. I don't know if you're aware of this. And I think what vaginas need, and you might be able to help me with this, sir, with your, you've groomed many a Playboy bunny, is what I'm saying. Shut up, I'm getting to the punchline, Mo. Do you really do that all the time? This isn't a conversation. You know that, right? If I look at you, I'm just saying something to get somewhere else. I feel like I'm losing an argument I didn't know I was having. Where are we going? Give him a round of applause. He's got something to say. And he has a picture of himself with a racist parrot. It fucking quotes Jordan Peterson. What?
Maybe the whole problem with women was coyote love. You know what coyote love is?
I'm not going for it, Bubba. I'm not biting on that bit. Good God, man! Just give it up for him. He just was voted AARP's sexiest man still alive. Give it up for this man. He's 112 years old. What was the theme at your prom? Fire? I'm just kidding. There but the grace of God go I. There but the grace of God go I. But here's my point. Men are the most dangerous thing a woman puts her hand on a daily basis. It is the most likely thing to do her fucking harm. Right? It's true. It's just statistically, it's 100% true. Yet, they can't quit us. They can't. If they would have, they could have. Right? Well, all the shit that comes along with us, it's like, you heard the one with God? Where the guy said, hey, God, I got a question. Why did you make women so beautiful? And God said, so you would love them, my son. And then he said, yeah, but why'd you make them so stupid? And God said, so they would love you, my son. The truth is, you're better at life than we are. We're barely, I think we're all kind of talking monkeys. But you're the smarter of the monkeys of us. You're the more considerate of monkeys. We would just piss and mate and burn everything in the world and then go to another place and do the same thing. You make this thing that we do every day, you give us meaning, because we don't have meaning. We don't. We just, whatever we do, we think that's what we are. Where am I going with this? This isn't funny. I have to tell you this, and I'm gonna leave. So if we're that bad and that violent, yet they can't quit us, do you know what that fucking means? Dick must be fucking fabulous. It must be out of this world.
I might give it a try. I'm putting it on the bucket list. What is it? Can you give me 2 reasons why? And I know that you like men. I know that you do. 13 reasons. You see this? We in spite of us, they still love us. I don't get it. Do you get it? I bet you used to get it a lot. Used to get it a lot in the back of a Lincoln Continental, baby. You were pimping. That's right. I agree. Smooth, baby. Smooth. You're a smooth operator. For real, baby. For real. Did you used to wear bow ties? A lot of bow ties?
I was a busboy for about 2 days.
All right. We're not going anywhere with this. Yes, give it. Yes, thank you. Well, listen, you guys love each other and take care of funny people because, there's not a lot of them. There's only 912 of us in the world. Suna has the list. But I want to say thank you for being who you are, and may the least you ever get be the most you ever wish for. I'm Paddy, PADDYFORCOMEDY. I book Wednesday nights at the Mix. So keep on going. And let's get a round of applause for the mistress on this island of misfit toys.
God.
Give it up
I love you.
for Sunda Kroonquist.
See this? Billy Ramirez. Billy, where's Billy? Billy, we got to do something with our unique pets. What are we calling it again? My unusual pet? Yeah. If you're a comedian, you should be posting on our page, My Unique Pet. But right now, I want us, as we gave our attention to everyone, I'm going to bring up this gentleman who's waited so patiently. And I want to thank you for your patience. I know you have something to say, and you look very handsome tonight. And are we going under JR tonight?
Sure. It's going to be a good, simple one-liner, two-liner, simple. So
Okay.
I can come up with. That was Joe.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring it to you. So you guys can't see, but you have to stand up and just go over. Can you stand up? You have your cane?
That's my,
Just stand up.
that's what I get for not going to see my chiropractor.
Hey, there you go. Because you see, you guys told me the other week that there was nobody here. All right, so just a few minutes right here. Give it up for JR. Come on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope I can make a couple of minutes out of it, but
That's it. Hey,
we'll do what we
you
can do. Anyway, you don't know who Jack Nicholson is. He's got a buddy that can't get a date to save his life. So Jack goes, hey, let's go down to Tijuana. We find you some dates. All right. So they go to Tijuana, and Jack goes, hey, look, find yourself some women. Guy comes back, goes, Jack, guess what? He says, no, I don't know. What? He says, I just had a virgin margarita. And the guy goes, she lied. Copyright, I gotta admit, I wrote that one.
Good for you.
Thank you. And there's a lot of other stuff I would never admit to, but what the hell?
You didn't say that last night. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. And come back and see us again.
We sure will. And by
right.
the way, if you do regular acting classes, that's what I love to do too, so.
There you go. We'll have to talk to Aaron about it. Oh my God, that's great. Clap, clap, clap while we're doing this. Yes. I know that. So let me tell you, you guys asked me a lot of questions about social media and things like that. There's something that you have to know, that to be a part of the LA School of Comedy, like really be a part of it, everybody has to chip in some way, shape, or form. Those of you who are part of this place already, you know what I'm talking about. So you all, this is like a nothing. But you have to all do something. You have to do something. And I have to tell you, I've seen everyone come through here, but I've never seen anybody come with the passion and the fashion that this girl has to offer. This girl, this woman, this talent, this new talent has to offer. And she also has something else to offer all of you. All of you need to get your shit together when it comes to your social media. I'm not that person. I'm not going to break it down with you. I'm not going to caption you. But I got somebody that's going to beat you down, and she's got some comedy. But I want you to pay attention. Listen up. There's only one. So they says, let's give it up for Jennifer Flores.
All right. You guys inspired me actually to write something down for my first time. So it's my first set. Thank you. Thank you so much. So where are my bush lovers at? Bush lovers? Yeah. God, I love being a lesbian. All right. So speaking of lesbianism, I came out in high school my senior year. Woo. And, you know, one thing that really stands out to me is, you know, my mom, God bless her. When I came out, first, she was great. She was on board. She loved it. Well, she didn't love it. But she said, "You're still my daughter." Okay, I'll take it. Come out a couple weeks later, she hates it. She's not on board. She's ready to do a lot of things that, you know, I'm like, "Hey, Mom, it's still me. It's still me." So in that month, it was actually my birthday month, believe it or not, I actually also got caught for smoking weed. Honestly, I give it to myself because I had been smoking for 2 years prior and she barely caught on. So I'm like, but yeah, I was smoking weed and can you believe it? That was the one that set her, that wasn't actually the one that set her off. Me being gay actually was way worse than me smoking weed. But I guess, you know, I told her I get all A's, so. But with the gayness, I mean, that doesn't help me at all, academically or in the world as a woman. So I think that's why she was really against it. But she loves me now, so that's the important part. During the time, though, she really hated it. She was one of those PTA moms. Shout out to all the involved moms. I can't complain. But she got really involved to the point where my dean pulled me out of school. If you're still watching this, fuck you. Pulled me out of school, said how being gay is such a sin. I'm probably only gay because I go to an all-girls school. Mind you, I'd probably take the advice if it was like a nun or one of my teachers. I'm sitting at a desk looking at a masculine woman, 6 feet tall, hair braided to the back, Brooklyn accent, who told me she divorced her husband, is married to Christ. The closet is glass at this point. The closet is glass. So I'm just looking at her like, I think you're sad because I'm living my truth, but hey. You know, something that baffles me is how all of the most homophobic people that we know right now look the gayest. I mean, there's J.D. Vance, J.K. Rowling, my grandma. So I'm coming back home. It's the holidays. We're at my grandma's house. I'm like, "Grandma, I want to see pictures. Like, let's pull out some pictures. I want to see, you know, your life. I want to see my life. Like, let's bring out the memories." I'm flipping through the book. I'm seeing pictures of my grandma. Shirts, jeans, low cut. I'm like, shirts, jeans, low cuts, low cut hair. Looks like a guy. I said, "Grandma, there must be something you're not telling me either." I feel like I can compare it to like the Dominicans in New York being like, "I know black, I know black, I know black, I Dominican." Yet, sir, if you were stopped on the street today, I promise you they wouldn't be like, "You're Dominican?" My grandma's the same way. "I know gay, I know gay, I know gay, I love Jesus." That's all I wrote today. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Jennifer Flores. You can find me on Instagram at Divine World 2 E's. Divine World 2 E's, or you can catch me every Wednesday night at the Taco Bell, you know, trying to get some food. So, thank you. Yes, and I do social media, so if you ever need any assistance, you're looking for that vision, you're looking to hone in your page, your content, and you need any ideas, hit me up. Instagram is at Divine World, DIVINEE World. Thank you so much.
There you go. All right. There you go. Now we're ready for our night. We're going to have our night. This is our night tonight. Everything's going to be half white. Did I say that? Everybody tells me black don't crack, but half white just might. That's what's cracked here. It's cracked here. All right, Nicholas, how do you feel now?
I feel pretty good.
I knew that you would now. Do, 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 do. You look like one of my relatives, sorry. That's why I had to give you, you know, I mean, you could tell, right? You're like, just like, well, my auntie's giving me advice I didn't ask for. Like your grandmother, you're right, you're totally right. I have to tell you something crazy. No, that's not that crazy. Just got to throw out these old papers, and I'm just like, Mom, how many DUIs did you get? I'm going to wrap this up tonight because we had a great night, and I want you guys to come back, enjoy yourselves. If you have that dream of a podcast, we'll make it come true. Don't know how to do a podcast? We'll make you know how to do so. And self-taping is here. Of course, we're going to have Aaron. And if you have anything that you need, any of you actors that have to come by on Tuesday, still call still call the office here, and we'll have somebody here for you if you need somebody for a reading. You'll be back when?
I'll be back after next week. The following week.
Okay.
Following week, whatever.
He'll be back the following week, and so will my new set of temporary teeth. No thank you, Dr. Roth. All right. Smiles change lives. If people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know till you take it from the page to the... There you go. Good night. Peace out.